First day of 2024, following the rules. We traded on the bigger time frames. We locked in profit. You can see right here, locking in $2,600 in my live funded account, and then locking in $2,135 in the express fund accounts times 3. So on the day, up $9,000, starting out the year green. That was the focus, right? We want to make sure we're locking in profits. We want to make sure we're walking away. Right now, it's 11 o'clock. I turned the stream off at 10:30, and I'm kind of trying to make it a rule that this year I walk away. I take my profits, and I get the fuck out of there, my friends. So today, it was definitely a little bit of a mind game this morning. We had the push at open, kind of into open, was looking for kind of a retrace to push back up into this level. We obviously did not get that. And to be honest, I kind of just like took that first little trade at open. And then after that, it was just like very, very small little scalps after that. And I think, looking back, I could have obviously, done this a lot better. I talked about the 5-minute range kind of breakdown setup there, the 5-minute opening range on the candle there. The idea of kind of selling down. It was, for some reason, I just could not get very excited about the idea of getting short. I don't know if I had too much of a bullish, kind of bias going into the open today. I really don't know exactly what it was. It's a good lesson, to make sure that going into open, you could have an idea. You could think, okay, the market's going to push up here to the VWAP, whatever it is. You could have that idea, but if it doesn't work, if it doesn't set up that way, then it's time to kind of be like, okay, my bullish idea was invalidated. The biggest issue for me today as well was the fact that the ES at open, the ES was like holding on. It was kind of, it broke the high there. It was kind of holding, and I was like, fuck, do I really want to get short? The ES is holding up there. The NASDAQ started selling. I was thinking that it was going to be a trap on the NASDAQ. And the ES was going to make a new high. The NASDAQ was going to then bounce back up. It just wasn't super clean, to be honest. And, coulda, shoulda, woulda. At the end of the day, we're still green, and that's obviously the big focus. The NASDAQ, the ES, big move down. We talked about this pivot point there. We just really never got back up there to the damn VWAP. Every chance of a little pop-up got denied, and we sold off all the way down here to the 685s. Right now, pushing back up here again, that 730 pivot point right there. I'm done. I'm not going to trade it, even though I'm looking at it maybe this is the reversal. Maybe we finally push back up. I don't care. $9,000, first day of 2024. We're sticking to the plan, Patrick. Don't fuck around with it. Because, looking back at 2023, how many days, did I have a $5,000, $10,000 morning and then give it back? I mean, way too many times to count. So, look, we did what we had to do. We made money. Now it's time to walk away. We know, looking back at 2023, that there's no reason to, keep going for it. Just keep going. Why? Just let it be. Take the profit, $9,000. Nothing wrong with that. Take the profit, walk away. Take the profit, walk away. Although, it's do I want to keep if we push up here, do we go to the VWAP? I wouldn't be surprised if we do push back up to the VWAP here. Now going into 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock time, that midday reversal kind of setup. But it really was kind of a tricky morning for me. We just really, I didn't get a clean setup that I really love. I don't know if it was because I was looking too much at the 5-minute chart there at open. But even on the 1-minute chart, it just really wasn't, it was just just moving lower with really not any good retracement. I would have liked to, seen on the bigger time frames, kind of a push back up, maybe push back up, test this, push back up, test this pivot point, that would have maybe got me a little bit more excited for a short. I don't know exactly. It's hard when you don't really get that clean push back up for the drop. Even right here, it was just do, and then we just dropped right through that level again to that pivot. So there were setups. It was just hard for some reason. I think, there's definitely a little bit of emotion kind of playing into the idea of do I really want to give back profits? I'm already green on the day. Looking back at 2023, I think a lot about what could I have done differently. And I think, it's a growing, it's a learning, it's a experience, it's a part of trading kind of situation. We need to understand, especially after looking back at 2023, that, there were plenty of days where I was up $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 on the day, in one account, and I gave it back, and then I ended up down $3,000. And you just can't do that. You can't be up and then end up red on the day. You just can't let that happen. And a lot of that just comes with emotion. It comes with restraint, comes with discipline. So that's the big focus. Like I said, if you guys haven't watched the video talking about my 3 pillars for 2024, my big focus is patience, it's discipline, it's trading. What is there, not trying to force trades, not trying to FOMO into setups and vice versa. So it's going to take time. Today, it's really hard to not keep trading. It's fuck, I can keep trading. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard not to. But I think, the more and more I really just focus on the fact of look, 2023 could have been a lot different year. It could have been a lot different. My P&L, my profit could have been a lot different if I would have just walked away. 50, 70% of the time, if I would have just walked away, it would have been a lot better setup. So that's, that's my big focus right now. I need to walk away, take the profits, and, enjoy it. And, there it is. The market moving down here today. We're locking in the profits. I'm walking away. I'm going to go and work on some stuff and just turn the computer off and not worry about the profits, not worry about trying to make more money. I'm going to think about hey, it's a long term, right? In 2025, 2025 New Year, 2024 New Year, I want to look back at 2023 and be or 2024 and be hey, we did it, we locked in $5,000 every day. We stopped fucking around. We made the profits and we had a good time and we followed the plan. And that's where I want to be in 2025. I want to be able to look back and be yep, we did it. We followed the plan. So there it is. If you guys haven't already tuned in, 9:30 a.m., make sure you tune in. I'll talk to you guys later on.